Alright guys, one day after being back from Lake Chickamauga, I have today off President's Day. I'm out here at the land of the giants in Greenbo Lake. If you know, you know. There's some absolute hammers in this place. Super tough to catch, but there are some absolute giants in here. I'm talking upwards of 10 pounds. You can feel, I'm sure you can hear the wind ripping. Water quality, or the clarity, is not bad. I am not mad at this thing. We've had like 4 or 5 inches of rain in the last week. We just got an absolute golly washer. So it worked really well down in Chickamauga. I'm gonna throw a swim bait for a while. Water temperature right now is 48 degrees. I'm gonna do some side scanning and stuff. I'm gonna drive through here. You can idle out here. Try to move the microphone so you're not getting blasted by wind. I'm gonna throw a swim bait for a while. I'm gonna throw a chatterbait. I'm gonna throw a jig, and I'm gonna work my way back through here. There's some timber back in here. There's also a road bed I want to hit. I did mark some spots back that way deep that I want to hit. So we're just gonna go out here, and guys, this could be one of those episodes where there's zero fish caught, because this place is really tough to catch any kind of fish. But you have an absolute opportunity to catch a fish of a lifetime here. We're talking 10+ pounds. So let's go see if we can't put it on it. I'll tell you guys what I'm doing along the way. Maybe this might be one of the episodes for the books, or who knows. We'll find out. Let's do it.
That's a life of a fisherman you wouldn't understand, something you can't feel on dry land. You gotta get your arms way up in a cage and set the hook on smallmouth bass, and then you'll understand. You gotta get your hands on a Shimano reel and a G-loom that's right. I bet you like what you feel. Step on the deck, give it a whirl. Hello, welcome to my world.
My swim bait setup right now is a 7.2. This is a fast moving and big bait rod. It's a 7.2 medium heavy glass, but it doesn't fish that way at all. It should be, again, I feel like these poison adrenal rods have a JDM action index, if you will. But I'm throwing this thing on a 7 gear ratio Corrado DC. In this wind and stuff like this, it just makes it an absolute game changer. I have it in a 7 gear ratio right now, which is probably a little fast. Water temperature again 45 degrees. And I'm sure it's going to get colder as I go back in here. I felt righteous right there. Just got heavy. Turns out there's a big log coming out through here. Yachty. Throwing a 3/8 ounce head on this thing. And again, it's a big bite bait. If you watched my last episode, I've been throwing the Fusion 19 Berkeley heads a lot, and they don't seem to get hung up as bad. I do have some in this boat, so I'll probably change out here in just a second. Probably sooner than I want to. Oh, came off. This point coming out through here is an absolute amazing place for a bass to be stationed on. There's a cut back in here. I don't know how deep or how shallow it is. I haven't been here a lot, but I'm gonna fish this point up a pretty good bit right here, all the way out. Type of stuff you're looking for right there. If I can get my shadow out of the way, you see this fish right there in the shadow of the camera. Not sure, they're looks like they're about 15 feet, probably crappie. But that's the reason that I'm fan casting. This whole area right here is for fish like that right there. I don't feel like people are fishing for those all the time. Sorry for the camera angle here. It's hard to film and fish, but I feel like catching a big giant out of this place is going to be one of those things where you're going to have to find fish that people aren't seeing. So hopefully, with the help of the hummingbird here, I can see some fish and hopefully reel one in that'll be a PB. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find fish that I don't think people are seeing unless they have good electronics, which around this area is not a whole lot of people. So we're going to try it out. But so far, no bueno until this point. I've been throwing this swim bait for about 45 minutes now, losing confidence in it. I don't want to slow down, but I'm probably going to have to pick up the jig. Get your heart pumping. I just don't feel like these fish are going to be shallow. This is a super deep lake, as I mentioned earlier. My boat's sitting in 10 foot of water right now, right across, you know, I'm literally probably 15 feet from the bank. Really steep. I just don't think they're going to be shallow. So I think I'm messing up here. I think I'm going to continue with the scan and try to find something that's a little deeper, maybe some people aren't fishing for. I just don't feel like the big ones definitely are going to be up here shallow right now. The farther I go back in here, the colder it gets. So I'm throwing a 3/8 ounce Do It jig that I pour black and blue with a net bait trailer. I'm going to pitch it around this little bit of stuff here. I don't want to, but everything in my brain tells me to pick up a spinner bait. Kind of overcast, got some wind, got some collar to the water. So when I change it up, it's going to go to probably a 1/2 ounce spinner bait. I want to pick up a spinner bait so bad I can't see straight, but we're fish. Like I said, this place is super deep. 20 foot right here off the water, off the bank. I don't feel like I can get down there with the spinner baits I have in my box. Been throwing a rattle trap a little bit. Probably gonna pick it up and fish it for a while. But everything in these conditions tells me spinner bait. Wind, cloud cover, stained water. But these banks just come off and just drop plumb off. And I know these fish are not gonna be suspended up there close. So I might tie on a spinner bait in case I get back here to some timber to throw it around it. But I know these big fish are not going to be, they're not going to be, you know, stationed up here. I'm going to try to focus on these big points that come out like this. Throw this Kitech around with a 1/2 ounce head. I'm going to be throwing that chatter that I have a Jackal TN60 on there. I'm going to throw it for a while. So far, no bueno, but I'm going to keep grinding on them. Had enough of that swim bait, man. I've thrown that thing for a better part of 2 hours and I ain't had a sniff. Swap up to this little 3/8 ounce Do It mold jig. I think this is probably a little bit too small. I need to go a little bit bigger than this. Again, deep water. Try to slow down, see what happens. A little bigger profile bait here. Went to a 3/4 ounce football head. Got a Pocket Slim on there. Really like that for a trailer. Wire weed guards. Little JB's fish sauce, pinch of garlic. I'm going to throw this thing in to where I know I'm going to get hung up. And pray there's a big one laying down there and I don't get hung up. It's just a song about healing an old from a snake. Might keep you wanting, but the man did not comprehend. Slow day fishing means time to sing. I'll put you on something, guys. You need to go out and check out the Still Woods. The Still Woods. Thank me later. They are amazing.